Hey, so you're thinking about moving to Natomas? Well, you're definitely in the right spot. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Mike Friedrich with eXp Realty, and I'm at the YouTube channel Living in Sacramento. You may have seen one of the vlog tours already that Renee did about North Natomas. Today we're going to do a map tour. I'm going to take my glasses off so I can see better when I'm looking at the camera. And then also I will have to unfortunately take them on and put them on later so I can see the map. But if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe right here down below. And also hit the alert button so you will be notified about anything new about going on in Sacramento and moving to the Sacramento area. Today, like I said, we're going to do a map tour and we'll focus on the two zip codes of North Natomas. North Natomas has 95834, which is the southern part, and then there is 95835, if you can see here on the map. That's what I have up here. So 95835 is butting up to the airport and the entire expansion on the west side that we're going to go over with new construction in a little bit. And then we have 95834 right here, which is just below. And then in general, if you're looking here, we call this the X. We have north-south, we have the I-5, and then east-west, we have I-80. And right here at the cross is kind of where North Natomas starts. There is a small part that goes south of I-80, but other than that, really most of North Natomas is north of I-80, south of Elkhorn. On the west, we are butting up against the river. And on the right, we are butting up against North Gate. Let's go jump into the 95835 restaurants. I want to point those out. So I pulled up a few restaurants here. You see, there's lots to do. You don't have to go downtown to have good food and stuff. Oh, that was a little bit fast, but let me go ahead. So we have Jack's Urban Eats, of course, Pizza and Brew House. We have a bunch of local stuff in here. All right, so let's look a little bit closer at 95835, which again is the northern part of Sacramento, or the North Natomas rather. And unfortunately, I pulled up 95834 right now, so let's switch this over. 95835. I was talking about the new construction going on, and it's really along I-5 and Highway 99. On the west side, and the expansion is definitely going towards the airport. And we have North Lake. This is the new community, and there's a bunch of new construction here. And there's already some existing construction because they've been building here for quite some time. So this is really what's going on as far as the construction goes. You'll see a lot of construction along I-5 down here, with right here on these gray areas, where we see a lot of industrial and office buildings and things like that. And since we are on the construction here on the right-hand side, you can see this gray area to the south of Del Paso Road. That used to be Sleep Train Arena, which used to be the home of the Kings. They have since moved on to a downtown arena. We have a little piece about that at DOCO, which stands for Downtown Commons. And Golden One Center is the name of the current arena, and it's literally in downtown. So there was no more need for this area to have an arena. So they just recently actually tore that arena down, and they are redeveloping this area, and it's called Innovation Park. So I wanted to just point this out here. You see this thing again, and if you look at the map here on the City Sacramento website, which we'll put that link to that website in our description of the video, so you have a reference. But you can still see the Arco Arena in the middle of it that has since been torn down. But a little bit about the project and the Innovation Park itself. It is supposed to have a vibrant mix of residential and commercial and health and educational uses. And then so the CNU Medical Center will actually house a hospital, which is 14 stories high apparently, and 730,000 square feet big. So it'd be interesting to see. That's the part that's in phase one of the project as well. So right here in the middle on my top right, you can see the green area, which is the North Natomas Regional Park. And when we moved to the Natomas area initially in 2004, that's just what it was. It was just a bunch of land with a little bit of park and not much developed. In the last 20 years, they did a really great number on things. The latest complex is the North Natomas Aquatic Complex, which we are all very proud of that actually happened. And if I click here a little bit, you see that. And then also, if you go on the city website, you can see a little bit more about the North Natomas Aquatic Complex. Here's like a rendering that you can see, and the website. And here, just to give you a few ideas, the amenities: it has a zero depth entry splash pool with a play structure. It has a spiral water slide, a 25-yard recreational pool, 50-meter competition pool with 2 lowest swings, springboard diving boards, shaded picnic tables, cabanas, gym-style restrooms with showers, grass area, parking lot. I mean, you name it. They've done a really, really nice job up there. And then if you have seen Renee's vlog about North Natomas, she was telling you about neighborhoods, the shopping center that we used to go to a lot, which is really right here. So I think there's two main shopping centers here on the northern side that I want to point out. It's the Safeway shopping center right when you get off the freeway. So if we scroll in here a little bit, first of all, you have gas there, you have Panera Bread, and then there's a lot of little smaller stores there. On the other side, if you're going to the west a little bit, there's a little Westlake shopping center that's serving the area on the west side of I-5. And then if we're going along Del Paso Road here, and we keep going, first of all, this American River College has a satellite station here, and the North Natomas Library, which is really well known as well. As far as schools go, there's an Intercom High School right here. And then if you keep going, this is where Renee, I call it the Rayleigh Shopping Center, because this is where Renee was talking about the restaurant Bella Brew that we really love a lot. And then besides Bella Brew, which is actually right in here, I'm not sure why it's not coming up. There it is. Okay, here, Bella Brew. And then if you saw the video that Renee did, this area used to be a Blockbuster. So if you're old enough to know what a Blockbuster is, that was the Blockbuster. We used to go there a lot, and we used to pay our late fees there and return the movies late. And so definitely I love Netflix now. But Bella Brew is one of the local restaurants, cafes. In the summertime, they have live music, and Liz, who is the owner, has done really a nice job. And then if you scroll out here a little bit, you have all the normal stuff, right? So you have the Rayleigh Shopping Center, you have a Jamba Juice, you have Wing Brothers, Five Guys, Pizza Press, the Banks, you name it, the Carl's Jr. And then, if you remember from the video that we talked to you about this hole-in-the-wall awesome Mexican restaurant that we love to go to, well, it's right there. It's actually right next to the Shell gas station. So if you happen to see this before the other video, then you definitely have a heads up, because in the other video we did not give away this information, and we actually asking you to give us a call, and then we would give you this information. So my favorite thing here is the breakfast jumbo burrito, and I think Renee's is the machaca. Let's move on from there and continue with the shopping centers. So that was 95835, the northern part. On the 334 side, like I said, we have the I-80 right here, and this is the X that I had pointed out earlier. And then right here you have a Walmart on the left-hand side of Truxell, and the Home Depot, one of the two In-N-Out burgers, and a bunch of other restaurants and little shops. There's actually a Regal movie theater as well. On the other side, a little bit newer shopping center, which is called the Promenade. There's some other restaurants. truly, there is no shortage of restaurants. If you didn't want to leave Natomas ever, you wouldn't have to, because you basically have everything up there. The one thing I forgot to point out up here in the Israeli shopping center, you have a Kohl's as well. So you even have one of the department stores and the Marshalls. And as far as fitness goes, because if you're eating and drinking a lot here, then you would definitely want to go and have a little bit of sports, and that would be right here, if I can bring this up. But before I do this, I told you that one of my favorite restaurants is Oshima Sushi, and this is right here on Natomas Crossing and Truxell Road. So if we scroll out a little bit, for reference, this is an exit of I-5, Arena Boulevard, so we'll just go down there, take Truxell down, and then you're right there. And then when you're done eating sushi, you can go to California Family Fitness and work out. They have a pool. It's a pretty large facility, actually. And with that, I think I want to move on and talk a little bit about the different neighborhoods. So since we're down here, let's talk about Natomas Crossing. This is an established neighborhood right here that they started out when they first developed Natomas. And it's not gated in this area. There we go. This is this area right here. It's not gated. And then if you're going further up north along East Commerce, you find, and right here along this bend, there is some smaller homes and condos on one side, and then you have apartment complexes on the other side. Then typically what you would do, you would go up North Natomas, and then to the north of North Park, or the regional park, you have Natomas Park, which is also a planned unit development. And although this is not gated, it does have an HOA. So you'd want to be aware that there is an HOA. The benefit with an HOA, you have, I think they still do have a security patrol that goes around and makes sure that everything goes well. And the really nice thing with this HOA right here on this corner of Club Center Drive, let's see if it works. Right here, you have access to a club with, I believe there's 3 pools, there's a fitness area, there's also a meeting room and things like that. On the opposite side, however, right here, and let me see if I can point this out. My drawing tool is not working. So maybe you can see this. There's, like, if you're looking a little bit, there's 4 squares basically. There's 1 square, there's another smaller square, a big square right here and here. So this makes up North Natomas mostly. North Natomas Park, the one that's the HOA and that has access to the pool, is this area right here, this X, then this smaller area right here, and then this big one right down here. This top right corner or square is Regency Park. That is not part of the HOA and therefore there's no HOA. And as a matter of fact, we bought a house right here in this area. And the fun fact, I think we said that I think it's between 1,000 and 1,500 feet from every front door you have open space in some way, shape or form. So you see there's a lot of parks. And the interesting part that Renee probably pointed out in the vlog as well, was that you can actually, these parks are designed, especially this one, and maybe we can overlay some pictures here that show you from when my parents visited me a while back and we had a pretty wet winter, how this is all designed to flood and to make sure that the houses don't, but the parks do, and then move the water away. These are some neighborhoods. Then we have a Heritage Park right here to the north. And Heritage Park is a 55 plus community, and it's also gated. And then we have, additionally, we have the Westlake Charter School right here. We have Magnolia Park, there's so many parks. So they've done a really, really nice job. And then we talked about the new construction and the new homes, probably the newest homes are right here on the left-hand side. west of Highway 99 and north of I-5 on the way to the airport where the #1 still building. Like I said, you get new homes. If you're interested where the second In-N-Out is, it's right here. Block that there's 2 In-N-Outs, and you can see one right here to the left and one down here on the right. I'm not sure why we need 2 In-N-Outs in Natomas, but that's just how it happened. So with that, we're gonna be done with the map tour today. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I mean, we're getting questions from people like you all the time, and we love answering them. And remember that if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe and hit the alert button. And we'd love to help you make your move to the Natomas area or Sacramento area, whichever area to decide on, a smooth and good one. With that, thank you so much for tuning in and have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.